also. And Preeti Atre has been associated with the Cholamandal for the past 35 to 40 years. More than that. They have performed, they have lived, they know every artist, they have also documented many things. And theatre and in theatre, he is a prominent figure in the Madras English theatre group, and he is a Tamil also, in a Tamil theatre group. I have a versatile knowledge in theatre, lighting, art direction, painting, contemporary installation, so on. So it's many. He's a dynamic person. And so we asked yesterday also, we spoke for 15-20 minutes to give a small intro. Okay, so thank you so much for Pravin to sharing your knowledge and living tips.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Jacob, for that lengthy introduction.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I think I will also sit down. You guys can sit or you can visit.
இல்ல கொஞ்ச நேரம் உட்காரலாம் நீங்க உட்காருங்க நீங்க you be comfortable be comfortable and
You don't mind.
Yeah.
Bhagwan, come and sit then. So, எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். தமிழ்ல பேசலாமா இல்ல
எல்லாம் எப்படி வேணும்
மிக்ஸ்
பண்ணலாம்
ஸோ ஐ மீன் முதல்ல சொல்ல வேண்டியது எனக்கு என்னன்னா coming and seeing this work, Krishnamurti sir's work being restored is it's a fantastic moment for me, because when I started as an artist and a theatre person around the same time. This must be in the mid 80s, and at that time Krishnamurti sir was very influential and involved in this Tamil theatre group called Kuthupatri. So he was an art director, painter, and he also directed plays with Kuthupatri. So Kuthupatri is a theatre contemporary theatre organization started by playwright Na Muthuswamy, and they were always doing researching the Indian body, the Tamil body, finding our sources which we had lost. So going back to yoga and going back to breathing techniques. This great yoga teacher E. Gopalakrishnan and Krishnamurti, they were all very close friends. So a lot of the paintings you see are yogic poses. And Muthuswamy sir's son Natesh, a very important abstractionist from the Madras school, and Natesh has imbibed a lot from Krishnamurti sir as well. So one of the things which connects us all is obviously the line, but there is also a question of application and speed. There is a fierceness in the application, there is a boldness in the strokes, and there is a very free approach to material, which is why you will struggle because sometimes we don't care what material is there, we take it, we paint. The expressive gesture, it's a gestural act, and that is so for me it's a formative years. I was learning, of course, from great teachers like Bhagwan and Valsin Kolleri as well, but this was one of the inspirations as a young artist starting off, was watching them work. But more than talking about generally my work, you will see the work. I will tell you, how I came to an understanding of what I am actually doing. Now, just 1 month back, Bhagwan, was it when the family of friends of Cholamandal, they landed up here after many years. And there is this Dr. Sudarshan Devanesan, who's a doctor in Canada, now retired. He's the Order of Canada. His brother, Dr. Dayalan Devanesan, who's the Order of Australia, for his services to the medical, the health infrastructure there. They came. Now they had a brother, Mithran Devanesan, who was a dear friend of Jacob and mine. Jacob also he used to work a lot in sets and set design, and Mithran was the big guy then of set design
Legend.
for the stage plays here. And Mithran was a great friend of all the artists here. Almost all the artists, all of them, all of us, when we were young and struggling for funds and things, he would come in and say, "Hey, I'll buy these 4 paintings," because he'll know that people are struggling, and he'll take up young artists, he'll talk to them, he'll give them a meal. First he'll say, "Have you eaten?" So these people came here, and I was reminded of they met all the people. They were all doing a workshop behind the
Bronze casting workshop.
Bronze casting workshop. So that's when they came and interacted. Now this, why I'm talking about that is this one of the gentlemen, this Dr. Dayalan Devanesan. He also happens to be my partner, Preeti's uncle. And many years back, maybe 20 years back or so, I had a question with him. No, this Dr. Dayalan Devanesan, like on the பாட்ஷா படத்தில் ரஜினியோட டயலாக் இருக்கு, அவருக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் இருக்கு. டாக்டர் தயானந்த் தேவனேசனுக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் இருக்கு, ஜாம்பா ஜிம்பான்னு அவருக்கு பேர். ஓகே, ஜாம்பா ஜிம்பா இஸ் a name given to him by the Australian Aboriginal community. Okay, they accepted him into their tribe. He was one of the first flying doctors in Australia to go and take Western medicine to the Aboriginal community. And Aboriginal community has a 50,000-year tradition of healing. Uninterrupted, 50,000 years they have been practicing the same kind of healing. So I asked Dr. Dayal and I said, Uncle Didi, see, எனக்கு சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து உங்களை மாதிரி டாக்டர் ஆகணும்னு தான் ஆசை. ஆனால் நான் அந்த படிப்புலேருந்து I went off into doing zoology, where I was happy because there's a lot of drawing and things like that. And from there, I went into theater and painting, and I met great artists like Bhagwan, who were there to help me along the way. So I asked him, what is the connection between healing and art? Why is it that I find myself here? Simple answer. That's very easy, Pravin. You go on to this link. I have written an article. So I'm he's written there's a whole small theory that he has written on Aboriginal art and healing, right? And in that 50,000 uninterrupted years, how it starts is that when a person falls ill, they will call the medicine man. Now the medicine man always lives outside of the community. Okay, just like Cholamandal was founded outside of the city, right? You have to understand those things, So you stay away a little bit from the community to observe, so that you are also not affected by what is happening. You are able to observe and you are able to suggest. So when a man falls ill, they'll call him, he'll say, keep everything ready. He will go, he will do some purificatory acts, and then he will come. So the man is kept like this, the ailing man. Okay, around him, his family will be sitting, his wife, his children. Okay, the next round there will be his brother, mother, father, whatever. Then his uncles, his cousins, right? Then far cousins, then the other people. So the whole community is around, and they will start chanting. While they are chanting, this medicine man will take ochre, which is a mineral, and he will be grinding it, right? And as it goes, it's taken, a paste is made of it, and he will start applying it. He is actually painting on the man's body, right? And everybody is singing, and they will move while they do, and there will be a little bit of dance and all this. And that is how the healing process is done. Sometimes it takes longer time, maybe a day, 2 days, and then usually the man gets up and he walks. So Dr. Dayalan was, he was very much involved in all that. He knew all that. Now today, when people want to buy original Australian Aboriginal art, he is one of the people they ask for authentication. And usually he will look at it and he'll say, this is Aboriginal, this is not. How do they know? It's because the dog's paw marks will be there. If it's a real Aboriginal painting, it will be on the floor, right? They paint huge canvases. They'll be sitting on it and painting it.
Some sand and
And they'll be great, and the dogs will walk. So you see, if you see a dog print, they don't mind. They are not precious about my creation, right? And what they're painting is called the dream time. Okay, dream time. So each, Kirla has a dream which is given to you when you come of age, and then you start. So a lot of the women there are like fantastic painters. Some of the greatest painters there are the women, So healing and art, and it's only at that point it struck me that, oh, this is what you are doing. And so when this is what you're doing, it's like Sir is saying about how you should prepare. You have to prepare yourself in the same way, so that when you're painting, you're not transferring your illness, your pain, all those things. So, which is why it is important for us to keep fit, keep clean, and do that work. Okay, so this is the one big story I wanted to share with you, because that is the first 5 sentences I talked to this gentleman, this wonderful gentleman who's teaching you, right? So I was talking to him, and he said, okay, why do you do your art, Pravin? He asked me. And I said, well, sir, this is how I think about it. I think about it as a healing process. And he looked at me like that. And he said, come, let me, he knows I had a problem with one of my paintings, and he said, come, I will come and repair it. And then I started watching him, and I realized that that is what he is also about, right? Healing those paintings, Now when you're healing, so that's what you have been doing, and that's a fantastic place to be, right?
Beautiful. Well said, Pravin. I mean, beautiful. So the whole,
feels so good.
yeah, that is
You are all doing a wonderful.
the strength of theatre and art direct, all this knowledge.
Yeah.
Preeti is in another level, who brought in contemporary dance movements. She talks about body and space. The space for us is the pictorial canvas, which is like whatever we are playing. Preeti is in a different level. She talks about the environment wherever, site-specific body and art. Where is the body and where is all the space all around? The wonderful couple, and anyway, we will have some performance in the near close in the January during the time. We'll invite.
Amazingly, Krishnamurti sir's paintings are also about that, about the body, right? In rediscovering your body, in making yourself healthier, in rediscovering. There's a lot of history in that, not just Muthuswami, Krishnamurti sir, and you know, the great dancer, choreographer Chandralekha, you know, who lived in Besanagar and, you know, who created all this work, whereas
Spaces.
there, like Preeti also talks about it, she always talks about rediscovering the spine, right? And that years of colonialism and oppression has made our spine weak and bent. And especially for the woman, to rediscover the spine and the strength of the spine is important. So wonderful to see so many young ladies here as well. Remember that. Remember your bodies. Respect your bodies. Don't give in to the oppression of the gaze. People are looking and they are saying this and they are saying that and all that. You know, you are wonderful people. You know, you are strong people. Make yourself stronger, healthier all the time, and then the art will happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and,
all the best to you.
Thank you so much, Pravin. And now I request, was very difficult to catch Mr. Bhagwan for a long time. Okay, so he will share his views.
No,
right
they're
from
standing
here.
for a longer time.
No,
He's
no
done a
problem. No.
Great,
Continue. It's nice. See, right now you talk about spine. Let them strengthen their spine.
Oh God, you've been punished now.
No, sir.
I'm not going to stop if I stop.
Eagerly waiting.
It's a great being with you, and I was
Comfortably, no,
I
that
understand,
was
I
nice.
understand. It was a great moment for me to see you all working, rediscovering Mr. Krishnamurti, and the Cholamandal is always forced for all this kind of things, and I go back to my memories of 30 years back. Like I was also like you once upon a time. Accidentally, I was asked to go to LNT, Larsen and Toubro. They had some collections of painting, and they were also having some problems of fungus. So, with my little knowledge, I said I will look into it. So when I went there were a lot of problems like fungus and scratches and torn and eaten up by ants and all that. So I was wondering what will be the next. I had very little knowledge of restoration. So first look I gave, and I gave 1 month time to think about it. And I looked into the museum. I went to museum and met Mr. Jain. And I told him these are the problems I have, and I was asked to come there and look into this painting and take care of it. So I was actually asked to come twice a month and look after this painting. So when I spoke to sir, he said, I want to visit the site. So I fixed up the timing and I took him there. We showed him all the collections, and the directors of that time, they had a meeting with him. He said, Bhagwan is completely unfit for this work. He cannot do this. Okay?
Open statement.
Yes,
That's
yes.
good.
Yeah. This has to be handled by the trained restorers. Bhagwan is a good artist, but he cannot touch the painting. So if you want him to do this work, we are having next month we are having a restoration workshop for 1 month crash course. You send him officially, appoint him, send him and send him for the workshop. Okay, after he completes the workshop, and he said, I have strict rules, I'll follow it, whether he can complete that task. Then I'll certify him that he can take care of that work. So I was fixed on the spot. I don't know what to do. So I had my sort of, you have your family commitments and your work. And Mr. Jaira said, no, you are joining the course. These are the rules. Think and come. So I committed. He committed.
Now you know what he means.
Yeah.
So
Which year was it? That
was,
tell them
92, 92,
Still more
93.
energy.
Yeah.
32
Same
years
energy.
before.
He has the same energy what you are having today with him, and I'll say you're greatly lucky today. I will suggest. I mean, I'm looking at you as a new generation of Mr. Jairaj. Keep together, form your group, and it has to come as a restoration school. He has given you enormous possibilities. Our country needs professionals. and there's a lot of work for the restoration. So my work, 1 month restoration, there I used to go all the way from here to museum every day, and you have to be dock in time. If you are 2 minutes late, the door is closed. So you have to stand outside, and after some time say, "Sir,
All lucky, yeah?
no excuse.
We're all lucky.
No excuse." So somehow we'll go in, and then the sessions, one after one sessions will take, and then including painting, we learn everything. But painting, stone restoration, bronze sculptures, leather puppetries, watercolors, everything is short period, morning to evening, full tight program. Such a dedicated teacher. This I would like to indicate here. I have learned, and I was able to look after that collection. We completely restored that collection there with Sir's help, and also my paintings now I restore by myself. So that's always that knowledge helps you. And now he's now getting age. So whatever best possible, keep in contact with him, learn from him, I can say. And Krishnamurti, Mr. Krishnamurti is also a great artist, and whatever collection we have now, it's a treasure for us. And whoever is going to have it, it's a great collection for them. And he was also part of Cholamandal once upon a time, I guess.
Yes. So, of
Yeah.
course, he was
One of the founder of
from the
Cholamandal.
secretary.
And I'm glad that his work is here, and you all are working on him. And one of the great masters of India, you are working on him. So you got a opportunity to touch his art and feel him. So enjoy your restoration and do the best. Yeah, all the best for your workshop. And thank you.